Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will announce the third tranche of measures related to the 20 lakh crore rupees Atmanirbhar Bharat package at a press conference at 4 p.m. today. It is expected to focus on hotel and travel industry. Yesterday, free food grains and pulses for migrants, more jobs for tribals and those in rural areas were announced. For more about today and what we can expect, we will speak to our two special guests who are industry experts, Sonavi Kaikar, the CEO of Neemrana Hotels, and Jyoti Mayal, the President of Travel Agents Association of India. Thank you very much, ladies, for joining us on the show. And my colleague Sakshi Bajaj will also be joining me for the discussion. To you, Ms. Mayal, the World Economic Forum says that up to 50 million jobs in the global travel and tourism sector are at risk. Of the 50 million jobs that could be lost, around 30 million are in Asia. How many do you reckon will be lost in India? And what are the immediate measures you will be asking for from the government?
Thank you so much for having me over here. Just to put this on record, we've been speaking to the ministry since long through the Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Aviation, asking for reliefs and rebates. And I think it's these challenging times, we are facing lots of challenges, especially we expect 3.8 crores of people of unemployment, because that's the amount, it's literally like 9.2% of the GDP is the employment rate in our country. And it's a huge employment directly and indirectly. It's not only direct, but it's a long chain. And, you know, we need to protect our staff, our employees, and that's what we expect it's going to happen. The business surely is going to be not seeing any revival. So I don't know, like I was hearing your employment thing, how we can pay their salaries, how we can look after our employees is going to be a big struggle. We're expecting at least 100 crore loss in our businesses, because there is no business. There's no business right now, and we don't expect any revival also very soon. The revival is going to happen in very different formats. But yes, we've been looking forward to the Finance Minister and our Honorable Prime Minister to see how they could support us to help in our reliefs and rebates. And I don't think we've asked for too much. We've just asked for the survival. And of course, we've given them a plan for revival too. But like I said, our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, has been talking about unemployment in our country. And I feel it's very important, because I understand we are a huge country with a huge population, and we have a lot of people and a population to look after. But we also have to understand that if we don't survive, there will be lots and lots more of unemployment happening. So for that reason, we've asked, and we are hoping that we get this rebate and relief today, because we are really looking forward for the Finance Minister to come and announce these moratoriums. And we're looking for the all statutory moratoriums, actually, which really does not have a great cost impact on the government. You know, it is not a direct cash contract, but like we're looking for GST waivers. We do not want a reduction in GST. We want GST to be actually not there. We don't want TCS coming in, which is going to be effective 1st October. We do not want TDS. I mean, these are the things which we are looking forward to, because they are very important. When there is no business, where will the GST and TCS and TDS be applicable? Right. So that is the first thing we are looking for. Of course, we are looking for liquidity for interest-free working capital, and that's absolutely interest-free. Right. We're also looking for provident fund slabs to be actually reduction. No salaries, no EPF. I mean, when we are not going to have staff.
So like you said, the pain point remains for employment and employees. Employee uncertainty is high at the moment within the hospitality sector. And I'd like to ask the Neemrana CEO, you have local employees, you're a heritage hotel. And, you know, what are your message? What is your message, A, to the Finance Minister and to your employees who are insecure at the moment, given the salary cuts across the industry?
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for having me here. I think before I answer your question, I'd just like to say two things. One is that we're very hopeful for a direct stimulus package to support the tourism industry, and this will directly support employees through this period. The second thing is that at the moment, all hotel chains, including Neemrana, are just focusing on survival. Having said that, we're actually looking at protecting our employees. For the last 26 years, we've generated local employment across the country. So this is a time that we're going to stick with our employees, our entire team, motivate them. So I think I'd like to say that I hope that there's no Neemrana employee out there that is feeling insecure. We've been interacting with everybody virtually as well.
But what to your mind is the survival package? What to your mind should be the minimum amount for a survival package for the sector?
There has to be a minimum stimulus package which comes in, which covers a sustenance amount per employee. This would really range from 8 to 9,000 per person, depending on whether they're unskilled or semi-skilled, and going up on the range of the where the person is placed. But having said that, at the moment, we are looking for a GST holiday, not just for the next few months. We're looking at the entire fiscal year. We're looking at a waiver of all statutory amounts. So this is things like licenses which are renewed, and liquor in particular in Rajasthan, which is where our flagship property is. This is something which is a huge area of concern for everyone. So these are the 2 or 3 main areas that we're focusing on.
Ms. Mayal, do you think that this industry is now going to recover in 2 phases? First, when the business travels picks up, and then the leisure economy really, because right now probably not many people are going to travel for leisure.
I agree with you totally. There is not going to be travel. It's not going to be, like we always say, in the calamities like this, the travel, hospitality, aviation industries, the tourism industry is the first to be hit and the last to be revived. And it's going to be really a challenge to get the people on board because sentiments are involved. And the first sentiment is that I need to be safe. And after I am safe, then I need to see the sanitization, hygiene, and to move forward. Now, in the last couple of days, I mean, more than 60 days that we've been at home, it's actually drilled into us that, social distancing is going to take in place to be actually there for our lives. Right. So how are we going to cope with this? So business also, and we've got used to all these Zooms and this video conferencing and Skyping like we are doing right now with you. So, these things are going to be a part of our life, and this is going to be there to stay till the time the vaccine doesn't come out, and maybe for the longer period also. So yes, you're very right. It's going to be divided. It's only going to be essential travel initially, and then slowly when the confidence starts building, because that's what's needed in today's time. And once the confidence starts building up, then we will see business coming up, because business is also going to be right now using the same platforms that we are doing right now. Right. And that is then slowly measured. I do agree that youth is someone which we are actually banking upon that they are going to come out because they are less scared than the others. Right. But it's going to be a huge challenge.
Kaikar, I have to ask you this question. Now, the biggest criticism has been that the money, the stimulus that is being given is not reaching people directly. Many are calling this as Ghuma Fira ke stimulus, Ghuma Fira ke economy. What is your take on that? And, what will your appeal be in terms of reaching the money directly to the sector?
I think the private players have to be involved. For it to be a transparent exercise. While we appreciate all the announcements which have been made by the government, I think the private players require some more clarity to come in, because we are also very concerned. Of course, for us, we have local employment, so majority of the people are from the neighboring villages. But for the other hotel chains and the other sectors as well, there has to be more involvement and more transparency coming in from the government.
Right. Thank you very much, ladies, for joining us. Thank you very much, Sakshi, for joining us for that discussion.